Hi, it's Steve with Lawn Science, and this video is about what to expect your first year with Lawn Science. How good is your lawn going to look? How often are we going to show up? What are we going to leave behind? When you call our office, who are you going to talk to? What do our trucks look like? What kind of equipment are we going to bring? What can you expect your first year? Hi, it's Steve with Lawn Science. This video is about what to expect your first year with Lawn Science. I'm going to go over a number of things. We're going to go over some signage. We're going to go over some paperwork. So one of the first things I want to go over is the signage we're going to leave at your house. What you can expect is to see this yellow sign. What this yellow sign says is, this sign must remain on this lawn for 24 hours following a pesticide application. It does not say you have to stay off the lawn for 24 hours. It does not say you have to stay off the lawn at all. We actually use all immediate entry products, which means you can go on the lawn after it's dried. After, if we sprayed weed control, you can go on the lawn after it's dried, which is about 20 to 40 minutes. And you can let your pets out after 20 to 40 minutes after our products have dried. So that's the yellow sign you're going to see. You're also going to see our lawn science sign. Expect to see this. And I'm also going to go over in this video our bags. Today we did. You'll see that a little bit later. I'm going to go over our UConn soil test, what that looks like and how we make recommendations. I'm going to go over who answers the phone here at Lawn Science with the office manager inbound, the communication liaison in our accounting, and our lawn care manager. And I'm going to go over what our machines look like. The most popular machine we have in use is the Z-Spray. You're going to see that in motion. And I'm going to go over what our trucks look like and some of the expectations of what you can expect from your lawn in the first year.
I want to introduce you to our team. Chris Bishop is the lawn care manager. Megan is the office manager. Jill is inbound calls. She answers the phone when it rings and makes sure it goes to the right person. And Meg is communication liaison. She does call aheads and customer service. Nicole is in accounting, and she handles accounts payables and accounts receivables.
Hi, it's Steve with Lawn Science, and I'm going over what to expect for your first year with Lawn Science. So we went over the signage, we went over the yellow sign and the white sign. Right now I'm going to go over what we leave behind. So after we do an application, this is what we leave behind. It's a piece of paper that tells you what we did today, and it gives you any kind of instructions like don't mow the lawn for 24 hours or stay off the lawn until dry. This green piece of paper is going to be in this plastic bag. Also in this bag, we usually include some type of turf tip or lawn tip, something a little more informational. So this is the green sheet. This is what you're going to get. It tells you what we did that day and any instructions. And this is inside the bag will also be a little informational piece. So this green sheet is going to be in this bag. This bag will be hung on your front door most likely. This bag will be hung on your front door unless you request differently. 90% of the time it will be on your front door. All right, so we have this bag, and it's going to be this green today we did sheet in the bag. All right, take the next. So every time one of my lawn technicians shows up to your house, he shows up, he has a roof guard map of your property, has a picture of your house and overhead, and it has a street view of your house. So that way my team knows they're at the right house and they know where to treat. It has your basic information on there, name, address, phone number. So every time we show up, my technician will have this sheet. So they're going to treat what's on the map, and they're knowing that they're at the right house. So every single one of my customers has this route card. What's next? All right. So after you sign up with us, we take a soil sample. We send that up to the UConn soil lab. They do a soil analysis, and then they tell us what's good, bad, and ugly about the lawn, what we need to do next. And typically, this is how the soil test comes back to us. We then forward it to you. So they're going to tell us if your pH is high, low. They're going to tell us if you need lime, and basically what type of lime. If you have a low pH with high magnesium, we're going to use a high calcium lime. If you have low pH with low calcium and low magnesium, we're going to use a dolomitic lime. So it's important to know where the nutrients are, so we use the correct lime. So we're going to send this report to you. It's yours. We keep a copy, and we're going to send you, this is the proposal. It shows you where your pH is. It tells you how much lime you'll need and how much it will cost. Now, if you want us to do it, we're glad to do it, and we'll give you the price for that. But if you want to do it yourself, you now have all the information as far as what you need to do, how much lime you need to do to get that soil pH up. Soil pH is very important. If it's a low pH, that means the soil is acidic. If it's a higher pH, it's more alkaline. We need more toward the alkaline. We need at least a 6.2 to a 7. Bluegrass, which is our dominant species in our market, loves a 6.2 to 6.7 pH. So to recap real quickly, after we've done the application, we're going to leave this yellow sign. It just says that we've been there, and to leave this sign on for 24 hours. We're going to leave this white sign by the road. We're going to leave a bag. This is what it looks like with the green sheet in it. We're going to leave this bag on your front door, and it's going to tell you what we did that day. It's going to have a little informational piece in there also. And then after we do the application, if you have any questions, you can give us a call. After we take the soil test, we're going to send that up to UConn. They send it back. This is what the soil test looks like. Then we're going to send you a proposal to apply the lime. But if you don't want us to do it, you want to do it yourself, now you have all the information on the lime you need to do. And if you're wondering how our techs know where to treat and what your house looks like, they have a route sheet. Every time they show up, they have this with them so that they have all the correct information. All right, the next part of what to expect is how long in between applications, when are we going to show up to the next time we're going to show up. So typically during the season, we are going to be on a 6 to 8 week schedule. So that means every month and a half to 2 months. So a month and a half to 2 months, 6 to 8 weeks. So we're going to be showing up every 6 to 8 weeks to do an application. So that means your program is going to go from March or April all the way into late October into November. And then next question we get asked is weeds. So here I'm talking about broadleaf weeds. We spray broadleaf weeds, which are like dandelions, nutsedge, plantain, hairy bedder cress. We only spray that twice a year. We spray it once in the spring and once in the late summer. And why do we only spray twice a year? Because we want to reduce the amount of applications of herbicides we're putting down, limit the exposure to you, your pets, your family. So we're doing it at the very peak times, the most effective and efficient times, where we're going to get the best control and the least amount of exposure. So when the weeds are growing in the spring, that is the best time to get them. And then late summer, they start to fade back a little bit, and they're very vulnerable to the weed control. In the middle of the summer, weeds are very difficult to kill. They're mature. They are hardened off. They have a waxy coat on them. Typically, spraying weeds in the middle of the summer can typically lead to damage to the lawn. So we do not like to do that. We do not spray weeds in the middle of the summer. It is not effective. It is not efficient. The weeds are hardened off. They have a waxy coat on them. We get very little control, maybe 10 to 15%. And typically, if you're going to spray in the middle of a hot summer, you're going to damage the lawn. We have found that not to be effective nor efficient. So we spray in the spring, and then we spray in the late summer. And what about grubs? Everyone is curious about when we do our grub applications the first year. So we do our grub applications in the summer. Grub hatch is usually in early August. So we want to get our grub control down before the grubs hatch. And so we're working hard to get our grub control down in the middle of the summer. If you see grubs in the spring, they are coming up to the surface as adults. They're going to pupate out in May and early June into an adult. They're not eating the roots of the grass. They're not damaging the turf in the spring. They're getting ready to become an adult as a beetle. So we do not treat grubs in the spring. We treat for grubs in the summer, which according to all the entomologists that are grub experts, the closer you can treat to that grub hatch period is the most effective, which is the summer.